Hey guys, how are you doing? So as you see, the mill is here, set up. It's not completely set up. Once I know that everything is good and in this position I want it to, I have to bolt it down, screw it down a little bit, even though it's super sturdy. Like, this thing is not moving on its own at all. It's, it's balanced, obviously they made it balanced, so there really isn't. But you still want to have something like that bolted down because you never know what can happen. So unpacking was exciting and a lot harder than I thought. I had to kind of almost break down the box completely to get it out, because you have to take the sides out to be able to lift it. It's heavy. I had to have a friend help me because me and my better half, she wasn't able to pick something like this. It's like 350 pounds, or like it was almost 400 pounds shipped. So this by itself I think was like almost 300 pounds or like close to it. But pretty heavy, it's not just like a drill press. It's definitely not as big as like a full-size mill, like for example what Tough Thumbs has, or a lot of other makers like Gavko. It's nowhere near those old school bridge boards. But it looks like so far that it has all the parts that it needs. I did all the run-ins yesterday. Again, I know nothing about this, so it's really completely whole new thing to me. To me, still, it is literally like, okay, I have a fancy drill press with a table that I can move. That's really what it is, and it has a vise on the bottom. We'll have to learn more and more, little by little. I have some basic information, like what I should know or how to operate it from, back from Tough Thumbs or from some other friends that I've talked to. I already did some research. But it's pretty cool. So this is the G0704 from Grizzly. There's a variable speed by the knob, which is pretty sweet because you just turn it on and you just turn the knob and adjust the speeds. It tells you the speeds here. There's two gears, high and low. Right now on the low, if I go to the high, it's gonna go all the way to like 22-2300 RPM, which is pretty fast. There's forward and reverse, pretty much very standard, all of them. This one has a digital readout, which I still have to work out a little bit because it starts off a couple thousands after you already start moving, which is weird because it shouldn't be doing. I think it should be doing is when you zero it out, it should start showing you it shows in the thousands. It should start showing in the thousands as soon as you start moving it. Either this far enough or this. As soon as you start moving, it should show you, but it doesn't. It's a little delayed. I don't know why. It's something that it's in reality it's not a problem because you can just start off on a higher before your cut. Go down, bring it down to where the cut starts and just take a note of that number. That number was there because it already is counting and it's counting correctly. It just starts to count delay. So that's weird. This is cool because this is that shield which I will probably take off, but it's actually a safety feature. If you turn this, it will shut down the mill if it's running. Vise, I got the 4-inch from Grizzly. It's really big for it looks like a really big vise for this mill, but I guess it's a good thing. I think the more solid it is, the better. The more stable. The table goes pretty good, definitely more than enough. I don't really. It's not. I don't really need the whole. For me, the point of this mill isn't like being able to move it all the way around. It really is just being able to clamp stuff down and drill super precisely and countersunk and counterbore super precisely. That's pretty much all I really care about it. I did already actually yesterday when I was playing with it. I did counterbore on this number 10, the lefty. It already has the bearing pockets and it has the bearings in it. The knife isn't still finished. I'll probably try to do it today, but it's super smooth now, and this is a sloppy job I did inside. I don't know how to use it, so it's not perfect. Probably if some machinist would look at it from the inside how it actually looks, they would probably they would say that I'm crazy, but it did the job. Once you know what you need to be done to make it work, it doesn't really matter how it looks as long as it has that effect of what it's supposed to do, and it does, and it's pretty nice. I'm kind of excited to see this one when it's finished. And this still has the strong spring tension before I fix it up. So even with the crazy strong spring and right now pushing on that blade, it's still just insanely smooth. So I think it's gonna be pretty fun. And I'm actually supposed to get the blanks today from the water jet for the flipper. So I can't wait to show you that. It's gonna be pretty sweet. And what else? Middle is good. One interesting thing is when I move this, it feels like there is like a, you know, according to the little guide here, it shows me, what is it, like 20 thousandths dead space. Like when I turn it, it doesn't start moving until now. When I turn it to the opposite way, you know, turn it doesn't move, and now it starts moving. So it looks like there is a little bit of like a dead space. I guess I thought first that it was some kind of screw, but I think it's actually the way the gears are. You know, you have that geared rod going this way, and then you have probably some kind of wheel here. You know, like a gear wheel. And as this turns, it moves that. And I think this is microscopic because they are not super precisely aligned, those teeth, probably on this one. And it takes you a little bit to, you know, start pulling this way and go that way. I think that's what it is. I don't know if that even made sense. Probably, maybe it did to some of the machinist guys that are actually familiar about what I'm talking about. They probably got it. One thing what I will be getting is also clamp set to clamp stuff directly into the tray. So sometimes it's better than the vise. I should get the parallels too, probably. I don't know, I tried to mill out the slot here yesterday, but the bits I have are the crappy cheap bits, you know, here, that just don't work really well. This very cheap set, it was like 60 bucks for the whole set, so obviously that's not the highest quality. It's probably just some steel. And it did work actually good on titanium. I did get the titaniums were done, this was done with that, and it cut it nicely. You know, put the speed down, it has enough pressure, the mill and torque, so it cut it nicely without actually even ruining that bit. I played around with some of those carbide and you know, the deburring bits, that worked fine. It came with the chuck, so that's also nice, I can use it as a regular drill. I bought a bunch of these collets. I bought the whole set of R8 collets, that's what this mill is using. Now obviously it looks like that most of the stuff that I will need are actually just 3/8. Yeah, so yeah, 3/8. The 3/8 shanks. Most of these are 3/8 shanks, and I actually noticed that most of the other stuff that I have is 3/8 or like 1/4 inch also. So it doesn't look like I'm gonna be really using a lot of those collets. And I think anyway most of the time I will be using it as a drill press, so it's gonna probably have a regular chug in there. Because most of the time I will be just drilling through, you know, like drilling through the handle scales or the folders to make sure they're perfectly straight and, you know, clean. It's really, there is not a lot of milling in here. And stuff like the fine holes with the carbide, you know, bits that are easily to break. Also here, because this is supposed to be more sturdy and better than the regular drill press, so that's going to probably get drilled here with this drill. So I'm excited. I think it's going to take me quite a while to, you know, to actually use it, and you know, it's not going to be like a grinder. When I get the grinder, I put it to good use right away, and you know, it's like it paid off. This is one of those things that it's not really gonna pay off. It's just gonna make things probably better, a lot better. It will take longer and all that stuff, but it will be better. So in that sense, it's definitely good, and it's something that I'm gonna use one way or another, some way. You can actually, I think, tilt this. You can tilt the head. What else is there? I think that's it. I like it. Definitely a lot stronger than those drill presses. Guys, if you have any questions or suggestions, I don't think I can answer much, but some I can. Shoot them down below. hope you enjoyed it, hope you found at least something helpful. Or you know, enjoy. Yeah. I don't know what to say. Guys, don't cut yourself. And good morning.